The glass is always half full. It must be half full. You must stay positive. If you don't stay positive, then you lose your will to fight this thing, and you really must fight it. I was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. It was adenocarcinoma. That was diagnosed in January. I went to the doctors on the 3rd of December, and he said to me, "Have you had any more liver function tests?" And I said, "No, why?" And he said, "Well, the last ones were very bad. We need to get another one done, another lot of tests done immediately, and we need to get a CT scan and an ultrasound." I went back that Monday and he said, "Why were you worrying? The tests were great. Pancreas and liver appear normal." There was a mild mass seemed to be formed in the bile duct. So several weeks we monitored the bilirubin, and then my doctor went on holidays for Christmas. He said, "I'll put you in the hands of my colleague who is an oncologist." So I spent 2 to 3 weeks with that oncologist as well. The next step was that the oncologist went on holidays. Very bad time to get ill is around Christmas time. So he said, "I'm going to put you in the hospital and they can monitor you." So he put me into Hospital A at that time.
We waited for about 6 weeks or so, waiting to hear something to do with his illness.
So what they said was there's one of 3 things. They said it's either a blockage, or it's an infection, or it's cancer. When you think about it, I'd spent some 4 weeks with doctors and oncologists, and then 6 weeks in hospital. So there's 10 weeks gone. And at that stage, they then came to me and said, "We're not going to operate now, it's got too big." It had been 1.5 centimetres and it had now got to 3.5 centimetres. So the best thing you can do is to go home and get your things in order. That was devastating. He said to me, "If you stay here in this hospital now, you'll die. You'll die here." I thought about it for a while and I thought, I want a second opinion. I want to know better about this. And I went to Hospital B at that stage, and I saw a professor there, a number of tests done. I had to have more PET scan and different things done. A very good friend of mine who said, "I've spoken to a surgeon that I know, and they recommend this other surgeon as well." That was off now to Hospital C to see the surgeon number 3. More blood tests, almost daily. It's sitting on the vein. I won't operate either, but if we can shrink it with chemotherapy and with Abraxane, back to the Hospital B again, and the surgeon had said, "I don't think that will work because it doesn't always shrink. I believe it's inoperable. I think the best treatment for you is to have some chemotherapy." That left me thinking, we're not going anywhere.
Every time we had a brick wall face, "No, sorry, we're not going to do it. We'll now hand you over to palliative care."
It's like throwing your life away in many ways.
That was the hardest point, is to hear that all the time. "No, you're not going to do it."
I wanted to have the surgery. I wanted to have it. I wanted to take the risk. I was prepared to take the risk. Stephen's support was amazing. He came along to all the meetings with the doctors.
The emotion was definitely there. And what do you do? How do you plan for someone? You get involved in so many things. You have to plan for someone's death.
At the end of that interview, he could see that we were pretty upset, and he said, "You might want to talk to this other surgeon," which would be number 5. He has a different approach. This surgeon number 5 looked at those results and said, "Well, I think it's resectable. I think I can take that away." That was fantastic news. It was unbelievable news. And on Monday the 10th of March, I had that operation with that surgeon.
Ron's never ever gives up. He always likes to win.
I think the competitiveness comes from my tennis days, where I played a lot of competitive tennis.
So very, very determined. Yeah.
So the word no is wonderful. Don't accept it. Let's find out what's really behind it. Get second opinions, get third opinions, get fourth opinions, get fifth opinions. You must continue to look for more answers. The Pancare Foundation provides a lot of wonderful information, and that's a very great source, and will be an even bigger valuable source in the future.
We look forward now, so we take every day as it comes. We're planning on doing other plans, travelling overseas, and we will do those things.
I was given 3 weeks to live at one stage in March before we had the operation. And now they're talking about, well, we'll see how it goes in 5 years. So it's given me life.